Back in 2003, Naval developed the first Blitzkrieg, a World War II RTS whereby you assume the role of a commanding officer leading the charge of historically accurate battles. Blitzkrieg 2 was released in 2005, and it shied away from the more traditional RTS elements and again focused on accurate depictions of the real battles of World War II. Fast forward to 2015, and Blitzkrieg 3 has now entered Steam Early Access. And again, we are getting a game that shies away from conventions. Rather than be a big retail release, Naval has opted to make the game free to play. There will be subscription options, emphasis on the word options, and note there will be a way to purchase the game outright. So if you don't feel comfortable with free to play, there's a way to buy the whole thing. And that purchase is a complete purchase, not a timeshare. You'll get access to the entire game. There's a single player component, which will span the entirety of World War II beginning to end. And while the single player is not complete, you can play as the Allies, USSR, or Axis with more units that you know what to do with. In missions where you follow historical accuracy, you will incur benefits upon mission's completion. But the multiplayer is a bit of a surprise, and actually a big deal, knowing that it is a persistent world. You build a base to get started, and after your first battle, you can continue to upgrade your buildings, add more units, and so on. Fighting online is done asynchronously, whereby you take on bases of players from all over the world. This is all done thanks to one game server, devoid of segregation or separation regardless of where you live. And since you're not playing against a live opponent, there's always a battle to find. Players can lose defensed positions while offline. This is somewhat comparable to Clash of Clans on iOS if you had to draw any comparisons. But the inverse is also possible though, where someone sends their units and attacks your base while you're offline. And while the same fate could be yours, you might have built up the right defenses and strategically placed units for a tactical advantage. The units at your disposal are not expendable, and they shouldn't be treated as such. As they fight, they learn combat experience, which then makes them more proficient at what they do, and can be armed with better and more powerful weapons. With any battle, there needs to be a general leading it. You choose who goes into battle, and their attached benefits will buff the type of battle you're going into. So for instance, tanks or infantry damage dealt will be boosted, things like that. There's no set release date for Blitzkrieg 3, and the only way to get into early access version of the game is to pay $30, but that will get you the whole game going forward, the aforementioned full price thing. And in addition, at least as of right now, they are packaging the Blitzkrieg anthology with the game, netting you Blitzkrieg 1 and 2 for those who originally missed out or wanted to get it in a separate way. I like the direction that Blitzkrieg 3 is going. It's damn beautiful and it plays well, as it should from veterans such as Naval. I look forward to it being fleshed out as they receive feedback from the community during the rest of the development. I've put a link to the game in the description for those looking to grab it.